Welcome, beautiful Hammahs and Hammets, and welcome to the 6th episode of Chin Up and Hammah Down. Yes, I'm your host, Richard Bell.
Kevin Soto. John Thornton.
Yes, we got a very special guest today, Jeremy Kalima, Paneva native, owner of Prime Footage. Right on, brother Jay. Thank you for coming in, man. Yee! So stoked to have you to join in this. And you know, off camera, I'm going to jump right into that. You said what got us into doing this podcast, and I'm going to go ahead and say again now that it's a platform so we can try and help out other companies. I mean, Brother Jeremy is well branched out at this point already, but we want to bring in companies, you know, big, small. If you get car washes, beach cleanups, and you want to get your voice out there, we hope to grow this platform to get bigger. And you know, hopefully other companies will be like, oh man, let's get on Chin Up, Hammah Down, because we got some things to discuss and want to get it out there. So that's the ultimate goal, and it's just kick back, talk stories, and enjoy, learn things. Like, I've known you for some years. I know what you do you take videos of things, but there's still many of things that I don't know about you, like what got you into it. And you know, just there's so many things that I think that your fans and friends would like to know, like I wanted to know, you know, and maybe get a better feel for the things that you do, and
what you like know?
Hire you quicker. Yeah, okay. Well,
what you like know?
Well, Prime Footage. How did you get that?
The name?
The name. Yeah, the name Prime Footage.
So the name started, I want to say 12 years ago. We weren't even Prime Footage at first. It was like called like Epic Fail Productions in the beginning, but it was just like a hobby. It was between me, June, like my brother, like a bunch of us. All we did was film surf, you know, just dumb shit. Like, that's all we did, you know. And then from then, like, we got introduced into like the concert world because June was tied into a lot of the music scene. And what happened was Brandon Lee with Kalima Farms. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
I'm not.
He kind of gave us like the first push into letting us film concerts. He kind of like, back in the day, Bikini Girl was like a spot for like a big concert. Like, this is 12 years ago.
Right.
And then he gave us like, this is before Mike Love was big. This is before, like, you know, Ookla was kind of a big deal back then. Like with the roots music, there's like a huge roots movement during that time. And then he gave us, Brandon Lee gave us the opportunity to film one of his concerts, like just for fun. Like, we're just doing it for fun.
Yeah, just get some content.
And then from there, like, we filmed that whole concert, and then we ended up going to Oahu because we had something to do up there. Like, we're just cruising up there for a month, and pretty much we're editing Mike Love's set. This is before no one knew Mike Love.
Right.
We're editing his. Yeah, he's huge now. Like he's and he's a good friend, you know, to this day. But we're editing just for fun, just putting out content for that whole concert, and then we're like, okay, we can't like be Epic Fail. Like, we have to like come up with some kind of name. And then June actually was like Prime, because at that time we were using like Prime lenses, and that's how. And then the catchphrase Prime was like a big deal back then. Like, oh, that's so Prime. That's Prime. You know, like, and that's pretty much how it stuck. Like, from there, just pretty much stuck.
Right. For the viewers, who is Brother June?
Shoot, June is like. That's like the homie. Like, you know, like we all pretty much grew up in Paneva.
Yeah,
like, you're familiar with June. Yeah. Like, he's pretty much he's a super talented guy.
Yeah, Paneva.
Real talented, and he's been there from the beginning. It's pretty much Prime Footage is me and him.
Yeah,
like,
that's good.
That's how it started. It is me and him. There's like, we consider so much people to be a part of it. You know, Prime Footage, bro, could be anything. You know, it could just be like whatever you do on the daily. You know, like it's as long as it's sick. Like it's Prime Footage. You know, that was like the whole meaning behind that as well.
Yeah. How was that first concert experience? Like, just from going to waves to being around so many people and noises and lights and. Was it something like scary, or was it?
It wasn't even scary, because like we've done the whole music scene before. Yeah, like we used to show up to house parties with cameras and you know, and just film content. Like now it's like it's a whole influencer's life. They go to parties, like
Yeah.
they make whole videos of that. Like we were doing that years ago.
Yeah,
like,
before it was social
almost
media.
20 years ago, right? YouTube was a big thing back, I think 2003, 2005, I think. That's when it kind of popped off.
Even then, I mean, not too many people that were into YouTube. I mean, like how it is now, for sure.
Yeah, like
Right.
it's a totally different game. Yeah, like
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
actually.
it's-
Concerts
yeah, it's-
must have been.
yeah, concerts is fun, you know. Like now,
You've done many from. I mean, Kalima, Scanlon.
I've done. A lot of people think I get paid to do those things, bro. I do that for the love, bro.
That's
A lot of it is
Nice.
for the love. Like a lot of the whole concert music scene is like you don't make money, bro, in that
Right.
scene at all. Like it takes a lot. But I had the opportunity in like 2019 to actually go on tour, and the first tour was with Sudden Rush, and
Yes.
then after that it branched off to Kalima. But like during like our whole careers, like we all knew of them. Like what I mean? I have footage to back up almost every band from Hilo
Wow.
that started in the beginning and now they're something. Like
Yeah.
like Kalima them, bro. I remember when they were no ones.
Yeah. The 10-year.
I used to record the keyboarder at house parties, like the bass player, like used to be my brother's classmate. Like that's just,
Yeah, so you used to watch.
it's just a small world. Like
Yeah. You've watched.
I watch a lot of people
Stars.
grow, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Even Star, like Star, Naena, all the boys like with the Steppas, like we pretty much. Naena actually approached us. Like this was, I want to say 9 years ago, I believe.
Oh.
I have their whole career, bro, from the beginning to what it kind of is now.
You could put a whole.
Yeah, there's like
special
a
if you
whole,
want it,
yeah,
you know?
there's like a whole bunch of things, like, and we're working on that too, because we're about to launch Prime Footage's story. Like, we're doing a whole 10 episode
Sick.
kind of thing. Like, we're trying to release it by the end of this year. Kind of tell our story of like the ups and downs and how, like what really happened.
Right.
Because when we first started with Prime Footage, bro, no one wanted to help us. No one, bro.
Nobody.
No one. It was it's a real dog eat dog world, and it's like, like I'll ask other videographers or photographers like, hey, like like what is some tips? What is this and this, and then cookie frogs.
Nothing.
You didn't hear nothing. Or it's like,
Right.
and then when they see you start doing stuff, then they start to reach out.
Mm-hmm.
And I told myself, and I was just like, that's not how it is, bro.
Yeah,
that's
that's
not how
not
it should be. Like, we should always collaborate. We should always build each other up. Like, money comes and goes.
Yeah,
bro. There's so much jobs out there with any business to succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say if you had a chin up, hammer down moment early on, but maybe that was it, and nobody wanted to take the chance, and you're like, you know what, this is meant to be.
My parents never even believed it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Until like a few years ago, they actually understood. Like, wow, now we understand what you're doing.
The passion.
It takes years, bro, to grow. This is a business where it looks like all fun and games, but nobody sees what you do at night.
Right.
No one
Extra
sees the
hours.
grind. No one sees. What they see you doing is pointing a camera, making people look good, and that's it. They don't see the
editing.
behind the scenes. They
Yeah.
don't see the editing. They don't see the grind. They don't see the sleepless nights.
I
They
think
don't see the deadlines on crunching out projects.
Yeah. And then the amount of projects you're taking on too is another.
And like, what's crazy too is like in Hilo, what I noticed is a lot of people didn't take video seriously in the beginning of our career, and it's kind of funny to see it now because once COVID hit, everything evolves around video even
Right.
more.
Totally.
Yeah, that's the only way to get in touch with
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like that hat, that logo on the hat. I made that logo 12 years ago.
Damn.
The
12 years.
meaning behind that logo is from the evolution of what it is today. The guy holding the flag is us as individuals now,
Me.
and it's still evolving. Like,
Right.
the flag is gonna be, you know, like when you stick a flag in the ground, right, in a country, that means you conquered it all. They're trying to figure out what they can conquer.
Yes, sir.
Right now, that's all
So
of
it's
us.
still
All
going.
of us is still going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fire.
I
Last
love
time I
big
saw
hats.
him,
Yeah.
I had to buy the shirt when I seen him too. I was like, yeah, that's with the little camera reel is
the film, and then from all the way. But yeah, it's funny, like, never have social media 12 years ago, and I was like, this is where it's gonna go.
Yeah,
Like,
I would say maybe things has changed. We've been in our personal landscaping business almost 3 years now in June, but I was fortunate for everyone that I did reach out to for information, I did receive back. I only reached out to maybe 1 or 2 people because I didn't want to be, you know, a lot was YouTube. Like they said, they don't, a lot of things you can learn on YouTube, you know, just the practice, the knowledge, you know, the emailing the clients, the behind the scenes is big, but and
for sure, bro.
yeah,
Like, for sure.
it's mean, but it's and that's kind of what we want to do with this platform is change that motive. Like we gotta upbring everyone, and
You have to, bro.
Yeah, you got that.
You have to.
Right.
Like, to me, like, at the end of the day, it's not about the money, bro. It's
Yeah.
about what kind of legacy you're gonna leave behind.
Yeah.
exactly.
What you're doing for your community. What? Yeah. That, to me, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's major.
Money comes and goes, bro.
You know?
Love it.
And I know firsthand because like I've worked with big productions. I've done all of that. Like last week, I was on Shark Week, bro.
Damn, son.
Like, you know, but to
That's
me,
action.
like, to you guys, it's action. To
That's
me,
cool.
that's just another job.
Yeah, I see.
You know, like I'm already
I'm
already like numbed down to is this like, oh freak, like, okay, another job. You know, it's a good opportunity and this and that, but at the end of the day, I'd rather help the people around me grow
I see. Then some corporate.
You know, and just be like, hey, where does that go? It just goes to fake TV. You know, or it's like we can be doing community things, or we can be helping a smaller business, you know, grow. Like that's what it's about.
Do you think it's possible we could open like a TV channel, like a local channel, like how Naleo get, or like not per se for us, but like kind of what you just said to give another
Like,
platform.
Nowadays, like anything is possible. You know, like
Yeah.
technology is so different than what it was 10 years ago. You know, like
Yeah.
everything is like so easy. Like, look, everyone has a phone that films now. You know, like anything is possible.
This podcast shoots off the phone.
Yeah. You know, like that's one of the in filming is like the one term is like the most strongest camera is the one you have.
That's a great one, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever camera you got.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, cause a lot of people ask me like, oh, what kind of gear do you use? What kind of camera do you use? I'm like, oh, the one you have is the strongest one. Like,
Yes, actually.
that's the one that puts the content out the quickest. The phone.
Right, rock 'em.
You just gotta rock
That's
it.
kind of what I do too. The editing is right there, and then you transfer nothing
you
to
just,
this laptop.
You just do it. You know. It's
Bought
all
this
about-
laptop just to sit here for this.
What separates everyone too is their own creativity.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, your creativity is off the charts. I mean,
It's just practice.
Sorry,
Bro.
it's
I
there.
just call it practice.
Yeah,
That's what I
so-
call it. It's just years, bro.
you
Years.
said you were gonna have a 10-part episode. Where can the fans look to see that? Is
It's
it on YouTube
gonna be
or-
on there. So there's all kind of plans in the works. You know, like we're launching our web. Like it's funny because we've never had a website, bro. We never needed a website. It was always word of mouth. In our whole career, it was just, you know, word of mouth just spreads. Everyone, you know, all we had was Instagram or, you know, like Facebook. We started with Vimeo, YouTube. That was our platform. And then we realized, I think our second year into filming and stuff, we realized how powerful video was on like what it can do to people, what it can bring to people. It can give people an ego. It can make people, you know what I mean? Make people seen in a different limelight. And we knew that firsthand. Like, you know, it's a dangerous thing, bro.
Right.
You can blow,
You know,
make somebody
it's-
big-headed.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can make somebody big-headed. You can make somebody blow up. You know, and like nowadays is like you become viral. Most people don't know how to handle that kind of pressure.
Being famous, like famous.
Yeah.
No way, I wouldn't wanna.
Yeah.
Way too much.
It's weird, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I see it with musicians all the time. You know, I see it with certain actors that we've worked with, and it just blows my mind because it's like, bro, we're all regular people.
Yeah. We're all eating the same food.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We all eat the same, and you know, like, it's just jobs.
One thing I would say that your videos do is, like, you did a video for our business when we did a yard transformation, and the feeling of, like, whenever I watch the video, it's 2 minutes long, but I can feel the entire day in that 2 minutes. Like, it takes me back. It takes, you know, someone that hasn't even been there. They can feel the full experience, and that's what I love about you in that video, and definitely more to come. But you captured that moment. You know, it wasn't just like my pictures, you know, on my Instagram, like before and after, or the videos. You captured the moment, bro. It was heavy.
Like, not something funny. I cannot watch my videos again.
That's classic.
Because I see my mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just me.
That's cool.
As a creator, you know, like, that's how creators are. They're always trying to change something, and then when you edit a piece, it's never done.
Yeah.
You just have to get it out.
There's so many things you can do too.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, I've never watched
so
any episode after I've sat here and edited and produced it out.
Yeah.
I haven't gone back and watched it because I've sat there and edited like, okay, it's out there. Yeah. So I see what you did there. Besides videography, let's see. It's like you're a media agency. That's what it is. So do you take other people's? You want to dip into that? Like, is there anything else you do besides video, or like just editing, or
like
any special video? Like, for example, you got that drone I seen is pretty.
You want me to talk about the drone career and how all that started?
Yeah,
I can talk about that.
Is there like a market?
Or you want me to start from like the beginning? I just gave you like a brief of like prime footage 12 years ago, how the name started. Right. I can talk about.
Yeah, that's definitely.
So actually, like, when we first met each other, we went to like a cooking thing in the community. That's how I met him. I actually went to school. I actually started cooking from when I was 12 years old. Yeah. And I actually went to. I'm a dropout. I dropped out of college twice. So I dropped out from culinary because I got a job working in Harrington's. But back in high school, I always had an entrepreneur mindset. Like, I would sell musubis, I would sell candies, I would sell burnt CDs, burnt DVDs. Like, that was my mindset, the hustle. It was always about the hustle. Then I went to school for culinary, ended up dropping out because I got a good job. And then I worked there for like a year, and I just realized, like, this is not what it is. I don't like work for somebody. Mm-hmm. So I ended up actually getting fired from the job. Yeah, there's just drama with the manager. It was what it was, and then I ended up taking a break. Right? I got deep into video games, like deep. That was when like Halo 2 first came out. That was like back in like 2005. Yeah. Like 2003 is when it first came out. Then 2005 was like when it started to really pop off with online gaming.
Right.
So like me and a few friends, like, we would play in tournaments and stuff. Like, I met a lot of people through that, the whole video game life, and, you know, learning about that whole thing. And that kind of like pushed me into computer stuff. Because during that time, there was like torrenting, like burning DVDs. That was like my side hustle. And the whole video game like introduced me to like more techie nerds that, you know, that, it's like you learn so much more about what it is. And then before, like, now there's like Twitch, yeah? Mm-hmm. Before, like, we would use capture cards. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but we'd bridge video signals into our computer to record our gameplay.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So that's how we used to record our gameplay. We'd connect the capture card and then bridge the signal from our TV into our computer, and we'd record our games. And that's how we would make montages. That was like my first edits. I would edit like Halo 2 footage and like make montages, like how video games are now. Like, all the kids know that now. Yeah. But back then it was unheard of to be like, only the pro gamers had highlight clips like that. Right. But we were doing that like as a team in Hawaii, just to record ourselves, just to see how we can play better, this and that. So that was pretty much like an entry level on how it all started. Mm-hmm. And then from there, you know, obviously, like your parents are telling you, okay, you gotta, you know, job, you gotta do this. So I ended up going back to school for graphic design. And during going to school for graphic design, HCC was so out of date on some of the stuff. Like I was filming on the side too. Like, you know, I had money to get a camera and this and that, and then I started filming like June Dem's band just for fun. And then we got offered like to do a wedding. And then that was like our whole transition into the whole prime footage thing, the concert thing.
And making it
And then it just kind of just spinballed out.
Yeah.
So we did prime footage from like the beginning, maybe like 3 years or I think 4 years. Then our 4th year in, I seen that I knew drones are gonna be a big thing. Like hands down, I knew it was gonna be a big deal. So one of my friends, like, he invested in us, and like at the time I think we put like 25 grand into it.
Damn.
Just into drone stuff. And we did it, you know, we did the whole thing, and like everyone was like, oh shit, like what is this? Like, you know, for Hilo, they'd never seen anything like that. For us, it was getting us out there to film.
Right.
Like we wanted to go out every day to find certain spots, or you know,
The
see
ocean,
what it was, the ocean,
the
like
country,
waterfalls, the country, just to see it from that level. Because you know, before
That's-
you only
huge.
you only could see them from helicopters
Yeah.
or the airplane. Like, that's the only way. But from there, like we kind of started to get like more of a following, because that was when Instagram was a big deal. I think back then it was only pictures after Instagram.
Yeah.
Then it came 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Once it became a 15-second video, that's when we started dominating the
Those
Instagram
little
scene,
clips,
you know, those little clips. And that's what we would do. We'd go out, make drone little clips. And it was like shaky
But
footage. Like, it was
nobody
almost,
had them though.
nobody had them. It was the most
Nobody had
crappiest footage. Like, I look back on it and I'm like, oh my god, it's so crap. But what happened too was like, one of the main things I wanted to do was film lava. I wanted to know if it was possible with a drone to do it, because I've never seen it. And then my buddy Kaika, he ended up being able to like hike us out there, because his family, you know, is from Kalima.
Right.
And so we went out there, and like that was our whole goal. Like we took 2 drones out there, we took our computers out there, did the whole 4-mile hike.
Kaika Marzo?
Yeah, no, not Mars. Marzo's family, but Kaika Viva's his cousin. So, you know, we did that, and then like we ended up doing the whole thing. Like we took off, we did the whole drone thing, sent it into the plume, came back, look at the footage on the laptop, see if we got the shot. Because back then we couldn't see what the drone was doing.
Wow, you
That's
just
the chip in that one.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah,
like you
it's
turn
like-
on the.
it's like-
It was just
yeah.
like you turn on the GoPro, you let it go. You just kind of position it after, like that. That's how we used to fly. We never had no screens or anything like that. We had
You
to
gotta
like
visually keep
visually
eyes.
think on how it's gonna frame. So that's what we did. We brought it back, check it on the computer. Okay, that's a good shot. Send it again. We did it like 5 or 6 times until it hit 9. And then, like, you know, we went in there thinking like we're gonna lose both drones, because you know it was a big learning curve for us. You know,
Right.
flying into a plume, like it's steam. You know, you're gonna lose altitude, it's
Pressure,
heat,
air.
it's pressure, like everything affects that. But after we ended up doing like a little 15-second video, GoPro hit us up. And because we were using GoPro cameras at the time, and they were wondering how we did that, like how did we do that? And they hit us up, they gave us like an opportunity to send us like a bunch of cameras or something. I forget what it was. Like, yeah, so we ended up making like a whole relationship with them at the time for like a year. Like, usually when you get sponsored and stuff, it's like for like a year. You just do yearly, and like if they want to have you back again, you just,
That's
you know. But yeah, that was like our start into the drone world. But what really took us off in the whole drone market is like when it started to get stabilized footage. We ended up winning a competition for DJI. DJI is like the biggest drone company. We ended up winning one of the gimbals for the drone at the time. Because of, for a video contest, you know, and we're shooting all kind of stuff that people were not shooting. You know, because we're from the islands. Like, you know, like we have so much different landscapes here that it really pushed us, and we were doing stuff that people weren't thinking of at the time. You know, like we're just trying to, we're always trying to think out of the box. Like, okay, what are people not doing?
Yeah,
Right.
You know, that's
crazy.
That's what you do in life. You think of, do you follow the trend or set your trend? You know, I always go with the set the trend.
Yeah.
But after the whole GoPro thing, and then we started getting the whole gimbals, we won that contest. We went back into, I had to make a demo reel for a client. What a demo reel is, like, you show your work of what you can do with a drone or what you can do with your videos, or, you know, there's a few demo reels like on our YouTube and stuff, but I had to create that. Just so happens I was at the drag strip, you know, following cars and stuff. There was a audio technician guy, it was his day off, and he was working for Nat Geo at the time. Bro, timing, like, was crazy. He never seen us set up like how we had, because at that time we won the gimbal, then we started, you know, to build like our monitor stuff with analog radio frequencies. We started to build all of that stuff, and we had it. So he was seeing our setup, and he was like, "Oh, you know, we're doing a whole TV show down here. We're looking for a guy that can do this." I thought he was full of shit.
Right, yeah.
But he wasn't, bro. Like 2 days later, I got called from the production manager, and literally that was it. Like,
That's action. See, I didn't even know that.
a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, so like
I don't tell people these kind of stories.
videos.
So it was for a six episode series. The show never aired. They ran out of money.
I'll watch this tonight.
That just happens. Like in production, that happens. Like, you know, they have all this money, and then something happens in the end, and then the show gets canned. It happens to a lot of shows.
Yeah, more than half.
Yeah. So anyway, like we're doing this whole TV series, and they like what we did. That one job paid off our investment.
Nice.
You know what I mean? The whole 25 G's that my friend he invested in, it took care of that whole thing, because drones are so new, no one really knew what the prices were. So it's like we could get whatever we want, you know? And then from there, like, you know, like everyone started knowing us for the drone. We started pushing out content, you know. Another big one was when Hurricane Acel hit. We were one of the guys to drone everything in Puna, because we seen how bad it was, like the whole trees and stuff. We did a video. That video went viral.
Park, you saying, when all the trees down? Yeah.
That video went viral, and then it pretty much brought attention to that. You know, like videos are powerful, bro.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
we didn't call upon it. I think
Yeah.
we worked this out.
Yeah, it was horrible, man. So yeah, we brought attention to that. You know, we've had a few other drone viral videos, but the production, like every time a production came in, they needed drone footage, and we were usually one of the calls. It's all word of mouth.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's all word of mouth too. You know, like once you're in the production world, like you get the call from this guy, and then so and so referred you from the last shoot you were on with them. And that's how it goes.
And it's a snowball.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's plenty talented artists, and I know you know many, but personally, I think you're the best in the state for sure.
Yeah, there's plenty talented.
I know I get the little, but as like from who I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Plenty talented guys. There's a lot of talent here too, bro. A lot.
Yeah, that is.
A lot.
Yeah, I know you go with plenty Hammahs
Yeah.
too. And nothing taken away from them.
No,
I don't know
yeah.
them in person.
No,
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, that's super sick. I mean, so how did that lava footage come out?
it came out good. Like,
Yeah.
you know, was super shaky, but
Never lose
they ended
the
up.
balance.
No, we never lose. We didn't lose anything from that. We all got back safe. You know, like everything was cherry. It was.
That new one you got, I'm gonna put it up here for the guys to watch while you explain it, but this thing is pretty sick. Does it feel like you're flying? That's my question. Because
Okay,
you put the,
Oh
Yeah.
wow, it's like
So
Yeah.
FPV. That's how we started flying in the beginning. But the whole reason why I put this out is because my friend Steve was like, I seen what he was doing, and I was like, hey, I want to check out your setup. And I came to check out the setup, and I'm like, I got the itch. So I was like, okay, I gotta get back into this whole scene, you know. So it's like I've been flying these ones for a bit. They're real dangerous, bro.
They go. Are these the same ones that do like the racing?
Yeah, these are like the same ones. This one is the one Steve has that he's flying right now. That guy. That one, I think his is rated to like 70 miles an hour. The one I have is like 60. The one I'm gonna build is like a 90-mile-per-hour racer. But yeah, there's a lot of like things I really want to do with it that I can't do with a DJI. That's the whole reason why I got into this.
Are you gonna get into the drone racing? Or is, I mean, try it out?
It's more for the cinematic, like
just different angles.
Because you know, like there's so much laws on drones now that
the caps and
like DJI, we can't fly in Bayfront. You know,
because of the airport. There.
Because of the airport. To me, I think it's one of the dumbest things because like, you know, they should have just made a cap. Don't fly above 100 feet. You know, like. For a lot of the shots, we only need to go 50 feet high, or you know, like nice panning shots of a canoe, or it's like I can't even do that anymore. Before I could, now I can't. With the newer drones, I can't. That's the whole reason why I started getting these. Because there's no restrictions.
Nice.
You know.
Again, does it feel like you're flying? Like
yeah.
I personally would like to get one just because I feel that's the closest I could get to flying.
Yeah, one of these.
But being safe, because I don't like heights.
Yeah, one of these days, like I can definitely put our goggles on you and we can go somewhere and like. Say
less.
Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Even when I watched the videos, like I went in the bucket truck with Ashton at 60 feet, and that's high. I'm scared. But watching that video, going up like. But I can feel safe, you know, in a chair. Right? I used to love flying airplanes. Now,
it's fun. Like we used to put that like on our first DJIs, like we had like our whole setup was all goggles and stuff.
I didn't know they had that on the old side.
Yeah. They had like you had to like solder it in and stuff, but like
and 60,
you know, you had to just custom. Yeah, those ones are 60.
You guys ever check that out? The DRL drone racing?
Yeah, I seen that. It's crazy.
It's super intense.
It's
like,
pretty sick.
Super intense. I could show you some crazy.
You can do barrel rolls and all that too.
Like Johnny FPV is a really good one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some cool toys.
Yeah, Johnny FPV, NY, I think. Yeah, that's one guy.
What was one of your most memorable experiences? Could be good or bad, or one of each if you got it off there.
Memorable experiences. Tour.
Tour? Yeah.
I've always wanted to tour, but you know, musicians, they don't have a lot of money, so they can't really bring you along, you know, like. But one of them tour was a big one because that's always been a goal of mine. You have to go on tour because I knew that you can make connections, you know, you can build relationships with not that just stays in Hawaii, that you can branch out and
the people that's constantly moving.
That's pretty much what we wanted, you know.
Where has prime footage taken you? Besides the island and Oahu?
It's a lot of places, bro. Like 2017, I went to 5 different countries just to go, you know, like we can go to any place and offer our services if you think about it, you know, like 2016 I went to Fiji for a month just to go, like, because, you know, June has family up there, but we ended up staying with some friends and like they pretty much took care of us out there. Like,
Fiji's beautiful too.
Yeah, on the main island it's like a third world country, but like when you start going out to the outer islands, like tourists, you know, like it's typical like Hawaii, like real touristy kind of vibes. Was super beautiful place. 2017 I went to Japan, did the whole, went to Germany, I went all over. Well, like that was kind of funny because June started working at United, during those years. So it's like he kind of stepped back from the whole prime footage scene. You know, he was still a filmer and stuff, but like he kind of stepped back and he went to get like a real job. Like this one, no one takes video as a real job. Now it's different.
Yeah.
But back then it was like are you gonna really work? You know, like.
Yeah, you gotta pay the bills.
Yeah, you gotta pay the bills sometimes. You know, this doesn't always pay the bills unless you work production.
Yeah.
You know,
But
for big companies,
yeah.
or you're just pushing. You know, like. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. There's so many memorable like stuff too. Like the Mauna Kea stuff was real memorable.
Yeah,
You know, and that was like real heavy. I think that was like some of like our most viral stuff. Like, you know, and I didn't do it to be viral or didn't do it to build a following. I just did it because, bro, this is where I live.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
And
beauty was there.
you know,
Yeah,
like,
it meant a lot to us as people and Hawaiians. Like, I mean,
yeah,
we all went up there, my family.
you know.
But it was a global event at the time.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely, you know, we're there from like the beginning, you know. At first, I was going to document the band I was going with, you know, they're going to go get arrested. So it's like, as a filmmaker, you know, you want to capture that moment and capture that for them, because you're trying to build their story, you know. And that's the thing about filming too, is like, you build a relationship with people for years, you know. Like, I have so many untold stories that's just sitting in hard drives because the story's not done yet. Right. You know, like, there's so many bands I filmed that it's just on pause right now. Like, when it all kicks back up again, then it's, you know, and
Very busy man.
yeah, it's back to the super grind. Like, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what, thankful to get you here while we could. I mean,
Yeah. No, you know.
just like I said today when you pulled up, you've been at least 6 places today, according to your stories.
I guess. I don't know. I just had like a pretty crazy Zoom meeting this morning. I can't really talk about that. I had to film Loeka because like we're gonna do like a whole truck giveaway thing. So
I seen that, yeah. And that's,
yeah.
like, he's another fellow Hammah of Hilo, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's huge. I'm gonna
Yeah.
hope to have him on here one day. But
Bro, I
he's
just
hilarious, bro. His stories.
No, he's super
He's
funny.
hilarious.
I just think there's something in Panava's water, bro. There's so much entrepreneurs that come out of
There is.
Panava.
Yeah, there's a.
You know, Loeka lives right down the road from me.
Yeah.
You know, you're a striving entrepreneur, just doing your thing, your business. Like, there's so many. Shane Vincent came on. There's so many talented people.
Mana and Kamasilva.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So much talent.
Many,
So
more than I can
so
think
much.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Something in the water.
There's something in
Should
the
make
water
that
or something.
Someone
Yeah.
would buy that for sure.
Something, you know.
But yeah. So, is there anything you want to tell the fans, like where to reach you if you want to get in? Again, personally, as a client from Brother James, I used him to capture the moment. I'll probably put the video in at the end of the video, but it really captures the moment, and I think that's something. And I've used other videographers too, but out of all the ones I use, hands down, it's a vibe. You know what I mean? Like, it's different.
Nah, it's to me like when it
You're,
comes,
like you said, it's experience and knowledge.
it's experience, and it's like I know who you are. I know, you know,
Yeah,
from
backstory.
I know the backstory of
Yeah.
what it is. You know, that's just gonna reflect on the video. You know.
True.
You know, I've worked for people where it's like I don't even know them. It's not gonna be a compelling story as if I film my friend. Then.
Well,
Right.
I haven't seen one that's missed. For example, I just watched the one you did on right before you came was with the filmmaker. I have never met the filmmaker,
Oh
but
yeah, Mike.
he looks like a super cool guy. You
Man,
know what I
that
mean?
guy
Like
is
if
good.
I see him, I'll check. Hey man, you
That
do
guy's a
videos."
firefighter.
He looks pretty good shape.
He works at Kona Airport. That like me and him always been trying to connect together like for a long time, for over like 2 years I think. But it's like I've never had time. He's never had time. And then today I was like, he hit me up, and I was like, I just finished the shoot downtown like with Loeka.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll be right there. And I came down and then
Yeah,
you know?
you capture the moment.
yeah,
Like,
then,
I know nothing of film work or the guy.
that was just me
But it's
testing
super
out.
cool, you know?
That was just me testing out my new camera.
Actually,
Yeah.
what
So
kind of
it's like,
camera?
I have a Black Magic one now, so now I can do 6K.
Damn.
Yeah,
I didn't know
so
that was a
it's-
thing.
Yeah, so pretty much like me and my friend Easton Tanimoto, like he got one. I was using it. I filmed for a thing for Discovery like in February, and then I was using that camera, and I'm like,
Wow.
oh, like this is like a huge investment. That's where a lot of the money went from merch. Like we just wanted to reinvest in ourselves to reinvest in the community.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Imagery is a big thing. Like, you know, we try and upgrade every 3 to 5 years, depends. You know, like
things are always
Like a lot of people who really know me, like know, like I pull things off with like minimal equipment.
Yeah, you're.
You know, like, but it's like for us, is like now it's like, okay, I gotta reach higher clientele. How do you reach higher clientele? Get the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
Everyone likes to see the big camera.
They
No
see
one
the
likes to see you
booms.
pull up with a little camera.
Yeah,
Right.
but
You
the
know.
quality,
Yeah.
yeah. We had the little mic and the little
Yeah.
camera, but it's good content.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean, like
Yeah.
pulling up with the bells and whistles, like,
Yeah.
oh, this is official. Like,
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
people want to feel like, oh, they need that sometimes.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at the end, I'm like, to me, I'm like, bro, if you're good at what you do, I don't care what you show up with.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like lawn equipment.
What you said it was the camera, the best camera is.
Yeah, the best camera is the one you have with you.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anything you wanna like, they got on be on the lookout for? Yeah, I mean, I'll put the plug in, but Instagram is where he puts all his stuff.
Instagram is
Mhm.
our thing. Our website will be dropping soon. Like, hopefully by next month. There's gonna be a lot of merch coming too that we're gonna
Yeah.
do a whole drop for. Pretty much every video we put out for a story is gonna tie into a merch drop. Like that's our
Nice.
whole goal, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
The merch is sick. I mean, I love my hat. I was actually one of the lucky 200 for winning and golden ticket.
It's so rad.
Just
Right.
the random.
It's just crazy, like, you know, like, it blows my mind how people love random stuff.
Right, it's
Yeah.
nuts.
You know, like-
It's intriguing, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, instead of just having, it was pretty cool. Yeah. And I mean, like, first time I bought the shirt because of the reel, I was like, that's super cool, that's
Yeah,
original.
it's like evolution.
limited,
Yeah, I
you know
like
what I
it
mean?
too.
Everything is limited, bro.
Yeah.
Everything.
And not only that, you said you give back. I seen you've been giving out bags, hats,
Yeah,
Bags
thought
with
that was
money.
cool too.
you know.
Yeah, we have a bunch of stuff. We have,
some, some cash in. you
there's a
put
lot
down.
of those little things coming.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of
Yes,
those. Yeah. there's
Yeah,
a lot.
that's super cool, bro. I mean, it's giving back in a fun, positive way.
No, yeah, that's
Where it
what
gets
it's
everybody
all about.
excited.
Yeah,
and-
dude. Yeah, the bag drops, those are funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's cool.
totally.
Just people just show up and like I'm
Yeah,
like
like-
filming from like a distance. I'm
Yeah,
like,
last
nobody
time I
even,
seen at the
nobody
beach.
even knew, bro. Like
It
this
was
is
all
funny.
stoked.
Yeah.
You were just here, I see you put them back.
You know. Yeah, people are crazy. It's yeah. I don't know. Everyone just stay tuned. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of things coming. We're definitely putting out our story. I'm trying to finish up a documentary we've been working on for the past 6 years about fishing that I've been working on with my cousin. I'm trying to finish that up. You know, like we might even do another video for bodyboarding soon because we have you know what I mean, we have 12 years of footage.
So much footage.
Yeah.
That like there's so much that never got shown to light. I think that's the reason we want to do our origin story too, because I have all this travel footage. I have all like the ups and downs kind of footage.
Now you have it to put it out there.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I did a tree cutting video, and I did this video, a year after I was in the business,
Mhm.
and it was like a minute.
Yeah.
Now after 3 years, I had it, and in just trees falling, it was 7 minutes. So like the content was, I think it was the right time,
Yeah.
and I'm excited to check that out. Everything you put out, to be honest, is fire. And it's super awesome to watch.
Yeah, it's different. It's I don't know. I'm just trying to stay different from everyone. Just do the thing. And like, I'm not afraid to teach people.
Yeah.
Like that's another thing. If you want to learn how to do this or whatever, I'm not afraid. Like I will show you. Like if you want to take the time out of your day,
That's what's up.
I'll show you. I'll show you how to edit. I'll show you
I'm
how to
done.
film. I'll show you how to do anything. And that's for anyone.
Yeah. You heard it here. If you need help, always willing to help.
Yeah.
I'll personally take you up on that editing because if you watch episode 1 to now 6, I mean, I've gotten better, but there's still so much to put in.
Like I always offer that. Like if you really want to be good at what you do, like learn how to edit before you even shoot.
That is true. That right. If you watch
Solid.
episode 1, that's
Solid.
Yeah,
Perfect
that's just like a good thing to say. Like,
yeah. I had no idea how. Yeah, I was thinking, I was gonna shoot the video, put them up raw, won't edit nothing. It'll just be raw content. After episode 1, I was like, this is it's not ours. It's
Yeah.
not trying to, it's not
there you go.
luring to any kind of
No,
any
and that's
audience.
just how it goes.
Any recommendations for this little studio?
Mics,
Mics?
eventually.
Yeah. I was thinking about that, so I get the little
Like podcast mics.
cheap,
You
the little
can, like,
boom.
yeah, boom
Yeah.
mics. That's what I would recommend.
When I first started, I thought about investing all the money to get in a full studio, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna run off the iPhone.
You always have to start off small,
Yeah.
feel it out. You know, then you grow.
I definitely like how you said, bells and whistles.
Yeah.
I've been wanting. It's in my cart.
Yeah.
And I've been waiting for that.
It's in
You
your
know what I mean? It's in my cart, and I'm like, bro, one day I'm gonna get it. We're gonna look
Yeah.
official full mics.
Nah,
Well, now that we got the rec, maybe I'll put that on order. But
you know, like that's one thing. It's just about growing, bro. If you look at YouTube channels from the beginning, you know, like the ones that are big time now, you see what they had before. Most of them start off like this.
Yeah,
You know, like,
yeah, exactly.
and then eventually you grow. So, yeah.
Yeah, who knows where it'll lead if we'll be doing this in a year, 2 years.
Just don't
6
give up, bro.
months,
That's what I tell people.
That's what it is.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
You know, like we didn't really get recognized until like almost 9 years in.
Yeah.
You know, people knew of us, but like the outer islands and stuff. Like after we did the Mama stuff, they're like, "Oh, you guys do crazy work." I'm like, "Bro, I've been doing this for years."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just you just seen it.
It's almost like famous rappers. They've been in the game 10 years,
Yeah.
and now they're like, man, I've been doing this.
You know, like Young Jeezy was a good one. You
Yeah.
know, there's so many of those.
Yeah, I've been here. What you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm so stoked for you, Jerem, for the process that you have taken
Oh yeah.
and seeing,
Stoked for you guys too, bro. Like
Thank
you
you,
guys are
man.
doing what you do. You know, like
Yeah.
you have to.
trying to.
Yeah.
My main thing is, I don't want to look back when I'm 70, God willing I make it that far, and, I should have did this, or I should have did
Yeah.
that, you know. When I'm retired and kick my feet up, or in a wheelchair or whatever, then I can watch these videos and enjoy
Nah,
the
I'm the same way, bro.
You know?
Like, what are you gonna leave behind?
Yeah, like we got so little bit time.
This is kind of like hanging out with everybody, like you would be with your good friends, you know,
Yeah.
kicking
Yeah.
back
And you just talking stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same way. Yeah.
Get the feelings out.
Yeah.
Just
You got to.
But yeah, we really appreciate here for you coming out and
Oh, yeah,
sharing
well,
time,
always.
giving
Yeah.
a backstory. I feel like I learned a lot more about you, even
Oh.
after I've known you for, 20
Yeah,
plus
nobody
years
knows
already,
those
but-
kind of stories.
Yeah.
I don't really talk about them.
And that's what it's about, get everybody out there and
Yeah.
try and promote a positivity.
Nah, that's what it's all. It's all about being positive, bro. Going out there living your best life, like
Yes, sir.
straight up.
Well, we thank you so much, my
Yeah,
brother, for
welcome,
coming
man.
out.
Thanks for having me.
Yes,
For sure.
definitely. All right. Thank you, fam. Yes, sir. All right, and we're back. Yes, sir. Thank you, Brother James, for coming in and sharing your time and your stories with us. It was a real honor and a treat to have you here, my brother. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Hooked us up, all the crew up with some prime footage merch too. Shout out, Brother James. You didn't have to, but definitely much appreciated, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. All right, we'll get to the rest of this episode, and we're gonna jump into it. And the first present day event is Tiger Woods is out of the hospital.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm stoked to hear that. He actually reported himself that he's happy to report he's home and in recovery, and he's thankful for all the warm wishes. Like me, I'm a Tiger fan.
So am I.
I don't think he'll play again. I think that's it for his career, but I'm super stoked that he's back out of the hospital anyway and feeling healthy. So, God bless Tiger. Yep, that's
Yes,
awesome
sir.
news for you.
Keep hammering.
Bruh, 100 foot or what? 100 foot drop is back.
Oh.
He's on Hammah. Yeah, but the car was demolished.
I never get to see that, that's why.
They flip a whole football field.
You gotta put that in the link.
I'll put the picture
Yeah.
of the car, but it's, God bless, he's a beast to be.
Lucky to still be alive.
Yeah, for
100-foot drop.
Second PDE. Well, I guess all the PDEs today is going to be sports related. So, LeBron just announced that he is now part of the owner of.
The Lakers.
Let me get that right before I say it. Red Sox, Boston.
Oh, yeah. That's what's up, my man. Shout out to
LeBron's
you.
buying into this, and I like LeBron not only as an athlete, but as a person he is off court. Like Michael Jordan, Nike was, if you watch the story on The Last Dance, it was super dope. But Nike was a soccer company from another country,
Oh, wow.
and now they're the biggest company, because of Jordan.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
they made. But anyway, people kill themselves for the shoes they make because it's so expensive, they're so rare,
Yeah,
I'm not about that. LeBron makes shoes, but ain't nobody killing them people over the shoes. You know what I mean?
Not yet.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
not yet.
We'll see.
You know what I mean?
But not only that, I mean, he invests in colleges for the kids.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
does good things.
I hope we're all millionaires one day and we can open up some kind of community program for the community. But I mean, he opened up a college. He's also smart. He'll buy a house, sit on it for a year and sell it. And now the house that was, $3 million, it's LeBron James' house is now selling for $6 to $7 million.
You
just
know
because
who
he has
else
a house.
does that? Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And all his houses sell for like $4 million
They
to
just
$6
showed
million.
he made $312 million, if I'm not mistaken, from his career.
Yeah.
$300 million, bro. I'm sitting on $300 million.
I mean, look at
But Jay-Z's a billionaire, though.
He just spent something ridiculous in Tampa for the house he lives in.
Yeah, he spent a $10 million boat to show up at the
the yacht.
The yacht. Yeah,
yeah.
ridiculous. But anyway, LeBron, he went on. Yeah, he spent, and now he's gonna be making big money, owning a part of this team.
Dude, and that's a good team to buy into.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Proof that he'll make
Red
it
Sox.
is they go into saying that he bought a share of the Liverpool Soccer League. I think that
Wow.
was a year or two ago, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe even longer. Anyway, he invested $6.5 million. It's now up to $52 million.
Wow, 52 million.
Bro,
from 6.5.
I don't know if that's what he's doing, or again, if it's LeBron's interested, this investor's interested, this investor. But that's action. This guy is doing. I think he's gonna make more money than Brady, if he hasn't already. We should Google that.
I don't know about that. But I got how many rings?
Actually, I'm doing that wrong.
Seven.
Brady net worth.
7 rings.
All right.
I think
200 million, Brady. LeBron. $500 million. Oh, bro.
Wow.
500 mil action.
You never put in there about his wife too, though. His wife collect her own paycheck. two together might be more.
499 million.
Gosh,
All the rest of the money.
Giselle make bank too.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's action. All right, time for toss my sauce. And as the boss today, I'm gonna go first. Let you guys try and sauce up this pudding. You ain't want this sauce.
Alright.
Locked up in teal. Got this.
Let me see what this
My Under Armour hat. My pose for, power pose. My Maui and Sons shirt. And then I'm rocking these Puma baskets that I got from Vegas.
This guy is looking like he just got married to his best friend who's the same sex.
Damn, you fucker.
Looking like Papa Smurf's manager.
I'm Mr. Smurf. I am Papa Smurf, dog. This is the real life version.
He got blue balls.
Oh, you sick.
He looked like he holding some vibrator in his pocket there.
If you played the video, you would have seen me bouncing and jumping. I don't know what that is plugged in, though. That's not my bed. That's not it, I promise.
Ladies, if you see this guy at the beach, walk away.
Wait, you want to see this?
Tried to chloroform me last night.
Damn. He's too strong. He didn't go down. I gave him all that juice. Still standing, damn it. I was trying to get him.
He didn't get it though.
Just for that, you next.
Oh.
Oh, look at this guy right here. Caught between a
tired.
smile and a frown.
Looking.
Oh, I know. You was about to
Damn.
sneeze up.
Yeah, I was about to sneeze. Look at my big ass forehead.
Big ass forehead. Look at them thumbs, dog.
Oh yeah,
Them
dog.
thumbs is colossal today. You filling up on salt water? You drinking salt water for breakfast?
That was that poison, I think.
Hey, he looking like he work his upper bodies, but what wrong with his legs?
Look at them legs, though. You gotta work them legs. You gotta get them beans up. Looking fresh. Look like you need a real quick 20-minute power nap. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, we needed more than
I
that.
mean,
Maybe a little bit more
beers
caffeine.
last night.
Yeah. Those Coronas. This is for you.
That was the 2 cheeseburgers I ate before I came.
I'm tired and full and I'm over it. Alright, finish off with you, Brother John.
Yes,
And
sir.
I'm going to tear you apart, dog.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Oh, you can see he's back in the gang,
We're
ladies
back
and
in the
gentlemen.
gang, baby,
He's
gang,
back in the
gang.
gang.
Yes, sir.
Yep, he get his girlfriend on his shirt today.
Bye.
Rocking it, look him. Yep. Sweet, where we going to dinner tonight? I don't know, baby.
Get me in trouble.
Oh, baby, Jack in the box. This fucker.
34 years old.
Another
Still
one.
stuck in high school.
Yes, sir.
Senior class project picture.
Yes, sir. Look at that. Drip it, drip it.
Nah, he swagged up. You rocking the prime footage, so I can't hit you there. That's action.
Yes,
Alright.
sir.
Gee. Bang.
Sight.
Alright, into the last segment, what baffles Bell is today my
Cutting grass is what I found. In live bullets. An empty shell. It's crazy.
crew is hammering out the store in Pahoa, Hawaiian Beaches.
Yeah. it's
And
crazy.
go ahead and take it away, bro, John. Tell them what you found.
So we was cutting the edging over there, and I whacked what looks like a little mountain of grass, and then bullet shells and bullets scatter all over the ground.
Fucking bullets.
The police department show up and told me that, you know, maybe like 200 casings, and then maybe like 20 to 30 live rounds in all of that.
Yeah.
And multiple different calibers, 45, 223s,
Yeah, some big
308s,
bullets. I'll have the video in here. And
loads.
I got the call, hey bro, I was cutting the grass and we found some, I was expecting, you know, maybe a car got hit or something. It's like, oh, I have some bullets. It's like, so it brings, and then I posted it on Big Island Thieves. And someone had wrote a comment, which I was thinking, like, what if these guys were running the lawnmower and the bullet had accidentally hit someone, you know, on a, you know, in
Hit
the
the
leg
blade.
or fatal?
Yeah.
Hit the blade.
Who's at
trigger.
fault? I mean, is it going to be me and the company? The guy that did it? The guy that left the bullets who is unknown because he can't find? It's a scary situation.
And that's exactly what I thought. What if I would
Blows
have hurt
my
my
mind.
partner or some old lady going
Yeah.
into the store?
You
I
hit that
didn't know they were
You
there.
hit that with the lawnmower blade?
Gonzos.
So yeah, we had it taken into the store and brought it to authorities, but and we just had a gun episode last week, so if you guys are out there with bullets, that shit should be at home and only at home. There's no reason for you to be at the fucking store
And
with
do it right
live
there.
bullets or casings. Like,
Yeah.
what you gonna do? Hijack the fucking store? You know what I mean? Like,
Dispose of your stuff responsibly.
yeah, don't be a
Come on.
clown.
Try to fuck in a bush behind your house.
If you're the jackass that did it or know any information, let us know, or so we can find out, because
Yeah, let
That
me
guy
know. I'd
deserves
like
some
to
fucking-
meet up.
If the
Something.
jackass does watch this video,
some jail time, something.
can meet up at the store again. We can go couple rounds.
Yeah, don't let us
We can
get
go
you
couple
down the
rounds.
grounds over there.
So hopefully they get camera footage and they can see it. We don't know, but don't be a clown, right? Fucking.
Sean, wasn't you?
Well, there's a minute. But yeah. Anyway, special thanks to Brother James again. Looking
Yes,
forward
sir.
to. We're gonna be having Shane Vincent from Southern Rush, Hammah.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a guest coming on soon, and we got some other special ones. But stoked to be here. And again, if you're out there and you have a car wash or a small business, and you want to get out there and try and use our platform to get out there, you know, we don't have a big following as of yet, but we reach some good people and we get some positive remarks, and it's all what it's about. We love the positivity. This is a blast for us to do. It's
Yes,
super
it is.
fun, and we appreciate all of the comments off the page. Feel free to comment on the page. Don't worry. Don't let worry about what other people think that you said. Just live your life, enjoy it, and when the times get hard, just keep your chin up and hammer down.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. This guy loves you.
Running my sponsored hat. Start from the beginning. Now we at the end. Yes, sir. This is not my girlfriend.
Yes, sir.
My nice jeans came with this belt.
Yeah, kind of beat when they come with it, huh?
Very nice.
Yes, sir. Fresh.
Yes, sir.
Back in the game.
Back in the game.
Rocking a chin up, hammer down, bells with the roof today.
Yes, sir. The best.
Check 'em out, check 'em out.
Yee, God is good. Life is down.
Then I got the all belly,
The all Corona belly.
all Corona belly. Yes, sir. Oh, wait, up this time.
Couple seltzers in there.
And then rocking this. Oh,
Oh, not these Walmart. Whoa.
on fleek, boy.
Oh boy, you ain't know about them gray heels?
The LeBron socks, boy.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, I love it.
Fresh out the packet.
Fresh out the package. No lint.
No lint.
Yay!
Sauce in it.
Gonna lose them tomorrow in the wash. Yes, I'm a teal one, cause I'm a real one. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, I wipe me down. Hey. Rocking the Under Armour teal. This is the only one I could find in this color. Maui Suns. And I bought all this gear just to rock, show off my Puma basketball courts. Got these fresh out of Vegas.
Oh yeah, they
You know
look
I have to
nice.
buy 'em. Plenty compliments in the strip at the crap table. I love your shoes. Well, I love your money. Let's go. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Richard Bell. I'm the owner of Bell's Roots to Roof. Today we did a complete yard makeover for this client who just moved from the mainland and just bought this property. She was not happy with the overgrowthness. It was just very ugly, hectic, and chaotic. So I brought myself in and 10 other Hammahs, hard workers that came in. We got the trees cut down away from the hazardous, the roof causing damage. Got the palms all detailed up to Bell standards, and that's the highest standards you can get. It's hotel standards, in other words for it. We got the entire yard cut up, cleaned up to perfection. Client's reaction, wow. Very blessed to be here, to be able to work and employ Hammahs. It's definitely a good feeling. I try to inspire others. I've wasted many years in my life sitting down at home, being a stay-at-home dad, or not even being a father yet, and just wasting time in life. And it's one thing I realized in the past couple of years is time is way too short. We hear that too often. But try and maximize our time on this planet, give back as much as we can to people. And that's another thing I've noticed. The more you give away, the more is gonna come back to you in return. Put God first, don't sin, be pono, and it's just gonna become better and better. Big mahalo to Prime Footage for coming out and shooting this video for us, to really showing and capturing the moment. And words cannot express the appreciation I have for you and everyone else out there who have always been there for supporting us, as well as my team. I mean, the work speaks for itself. Thank you, fam. This guy loves you. If you want to contact us to get a free quote to get us out to your property, to get glamour and gloriousness to you, you can reach us at bellsroots2roofllc.com, or me personally on my cell phone. The number is 808-315-1670. Mahalo and aloha.